So here are a few things that I've learned from my last relationship that I plan to bring into the next one, and I think it might be helpful for you too. If you didn't know, I'm Myesha Chaney, life strategist for women who want it all, author, speaker, and your new best friend. Number 1, maintain your individuality. And I get it. People are going to say, well, the Bible says the two become one flesh. Marriage is about losing who you are as a person and becoming united with your spouse. I hear you. I practiced that for 18 years straight. I think it's important to have a self before you give a self away. Maintaining your sense of individuality means there were things that you were meant to do in this life that you were meant to do. There's a way you see the world, your POV, your perspective, your hopes, your dreams. That is important even when you're in a relationship with someone else. Now, let me give you some background. I'm the kind of person, or I was the kind of person, that when I meet somebody, I become whatever they want me to be. So I was like, whatever I knew, we're going to park that to the side and I'm on to whatever you're doing and I'm going to make that better, enhance whatever my spouse wants. Not every person is wired the same. If you're the kind of person that is super independent, never wanting to depend on anybody else, then yes, you may have to lose a bit of your individuality in that way. Overall, I think it's a healthy practice for a sustainable marriage for a person to feel like they are their own person and they're in a loving relationship with their partner. Number 2, take a few me holidays. When we get married or we're in a relationship, we want it to be for the long haul, right? We're going to do everything with our partner, every holiday, everything, we're together. Well, I think it's important to take some time away as a person. Take a trip on your own, go out with some friends, some family, just have a writing retreat or a self-care retreat. Take a weekend away from the spouse and the children to nurture you. It actually increases intimacy when we feel like there's something exciting at home waiting for us. It can become redundant over years and years and years and years and years, doing everything with your partner. Take some time to do something by yourself, even when you're in a relationship. I plan to have my holiday, okay? I'm gonna say, babe, look, I'm gonna take a week off. I'm going to Paris. I will be back for no other reason but to spend time with Myesha. Number 3, I would give more oral sex. Let me tell you, when you're single after being with someone for so long, I'm like, I could have, take care of your spouse without the extra conversation. I think pleasure is so important. It's something that we really can't duplicate other places. That's what I loved about being married. This is one person that I'm committed to for the long haul. There's safety, there's trust, there's this sense of it's you and me. Explore what it means to pleasure your partner in tremendous ways. Like now that my relationship's over, I'm like, I would have worked. If I would have done this, like I'm thinking of all these ways that I should have just done then. Take the time to value your sexual relationship with your partner, provide pleasure and receive pleasure. Have conversations all the time about what you want to give and what you want to receive. Man, next time. I got it next time, for sure. Number 4, don't sweat the small stuff. I promise you. You're going to hear what I'm saying right now and still sweat the small stuff. I promise you. I do not want to have an argument about what somebody else can do. I used to talk about the trash, or we want our partners to have 50-50 with the children and who's doing what and who's going to clean up. If it can be delegated, let's just put up the money to have somebody else take care of it. I don't want to spend my love relationship with my partner dealing with all kinds of domestic issues that don't really enhance our relationship. Now, some of this is practical, and what we're saying is, I want there to be shared value. I want there to be, you just want to know you have a partner that's in it with you. That's different from saying, I want you to take out the trash because I want the trash taken out. What you're saying is, I want to know that I can count on you to hold your weight in this house. Say that. That's what I want to do. I think it's very healthy in relationships for us to say what we really want and say what we mean and make it less about all this extra stuff. I know for me in my next relationship, I'm gonna have a lot more communication about what I really want and less about these things that really don't matter. Number 5, I would love more deeply. And what I mean by that is when you're in a relationship with somebody, you have love. Love cannot be duplicated. It can't be replaced. There's no other way to find that feeling outside of that union, these two people coming together. So I would say invest more in deepening that relationship. Like, give more of yourself, be more vulnerable, put yourself out there more in the confines of this relationship, because that's the beauty of life. What are we all here for? We want to love and be loved. And if you get in a relationship with somebody and you love them to a certain extent, and you just maintain that for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, what good is it? If you're going to be in it, be in it. Go deeper. It's going to hurt regardless when it's over. So you might as well give more and you will receive more. I'm married and loved, and now in hindsight would have loved even more, even though the relationship didn't work out. Because there's something very sweet and very special in our human experience about loving well and being loved well. And lastly, but not least, number 6, I would have more conversations about the end of the relationship. And that's really tough for a lot of people because you say, when I get in a relationship, I'm not getting in it for it to end. No one thinks that. Divorce is 55%, right? 55% of marriages end in divorce. I don't think everybody is thinking when they get in it that it's going to be over. It's healthy, I think, for both parties to consider life without each other. If one day this doesn't work out the way we hope, how do we manage these different affairs? How do we manage our friends, our children? What does that look like for us as people? Like, it just would help to bring it to the surface so we don't have this fear in the back of our mind of like, oh my God, one day, what if he breaks my heart? And let me tell you why this is good practice. Every single day that we live life, we're saying goodbye to the people we love. You're saying goodbye to your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your children, because none of us are gonna make it out of here alive. We're all gonna die. That means it could happen tomorrow, it could happen 50 years from now, but it will happen. So saying and having these tough conversations about how the relationship might end, it might end in death, but we never know because we're like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to put that energy out there. I just don't want to face it because it's too painful. For me, not ever having that conversation until my marriage was over put me well behind the 8-ball, okay? Like, I felt like if I would have just, in my wildest dreams, thought of a life without my partner, it would have at least given me a track for my brain to run on. I had never considered it until it was done. The same way people are living their everyday life and they get a call that their spouse had a car accident. It's just because you never considered that could ever happen. So when it happens, it's like even more heartbreaking because there was no expectation. Have more loving conversations about what does that look like? What would your wishes be like? Having ice cream sundaes walking along the beach, just talk about it. It's good for you and it's good for your partner that we built something beautiful. We met each other. We had a great relationship. I'm very happy in this relationship. But if it was over, what would that feel like for you? Talk about it. I wish I could have. Next time I plan to, as a form of what we've built is so beautiful, I want to continue. Maybe your partner might say, I want you to share me with my children, like play videos of me. Like, it could be something really sweet and beautiful that comes out of that conversation that had you never had it, you'd never know. I am on a learning journey with you, and I'm so happy about your love relationship, everything that's coming down the pipeline for you. Love is amazing. And the fact that you have somebody you feel strongly about, that you're connected to, that maybe you're married to or wanting to get married to, beautiful. Nurture it, protect it, honor yourselves in the process. Be the best person that you can be. It will change everything in your relationship. I'm rooting for you, bestie. Until next time, Don't forget to like and subscribe so you get all the new videos as soon as they're launched. See you soon.